Hey there guys, it's me Pat and welcome back again to another tutorial. For today's video, I'm going to discuss the introduction to propositions. So sa video natin na to, ang pag-uusapan natin is all about propositions. So ano nga ba muna ang proposition? So proposition is defined as a declarative sentence that is either true or false. So ibig sabihin, based sa definition natin, dalawang concepts ang kailangan natin maiging maintindihan. Yung first concept is yung declarative sentence, at yung second concept naman is yung either true or false. So, unahin muna natin to. So, recall lang muna tayo sa mga English lessons natin before, meron tayong iba't ibang types of sentences. At yung isa na doon would be yung declarative sentence. Or eto yung mga sentences na nagbibigay ng statements at information at sila yung nag-e-end sa period. So, ang isang example natin dyan would be, I love teaching. Now, meron din tayong iba't ibang types of sentences. At ito yung mga interrogative sentence, imperative, and then exclamatory. So, etong interrogative ay yung mga sentences na may question-like form. Or ito yung mga nag-e-end sa may question mark. So, ang example natin dyan would be, what is your name? Now, meron din tayo ditong imperative sentence. Or ito yung mga sentences na nagbibigay command or nag-uutos sa atin. At katulad ng declarative sentence, nag-e-end sila sa period. So, ang isang example natin dyan would be, write this down. Now, yung last natin would be, exclamatory. Ito yung mga sentences na nag-e-express ng feelings. At, dinedenote sila na exclamation point. So, ang example natin dyan would be, you are enough. Now, bakit ko diniscuss itong tatlong types of sentences na to? Kasi automatic kapag nakita ka na interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences, lahat yan ay hindi example ng proposition. Kasi based dun sa definition natin, ang tanging tinatanggap lang niya na type of sentence would be yung declarative sentence. Or eto lang yun. Okay? So, lagi nyo itong tatandaan kasi isa na yan sa mga tricks natin. Now, let's move on to our second concept, which is this one. Sabi dito na it is either true or false. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, ang truth value niya ay dapat sure ka na true lang or sure ka na false lang. Okay? Ibig sabihin, hindi siya 50% true at 50% false. Hindi rin siyang pwedeng parehas na true at parehas na false. Okay? Dapat laging 100% true o kaya naman 100% false. Now, kapag naintindihan na natin yung definition na to, mas madadalian tayo na i-determine kung ano yung mga proposition sa hindi. So, let's take a look at these examples. So, yung number 1 natin would be, Lupang Hinirang is the national anthem of the Philippines. So, since ito ay isang declarative sentence, at ang truth value niya would be true, ito ay isang proposition. Kasi, ang national anthem of the Philippines naman talaga ay entitled na Lupang Hinirang. Okay? Yung second statement naman natin would be, the Philippines included in the Pacific Ring of Fire. So again guys, isa siyang declarative sentence at ang truth value niya would be true, that is a proposition. Okay? Now, etong next naman natin would be, 4 is a perfect square. Again, it is a proposition kasi declarative sentence siya at saka ang truth value niya ay true lang. Now, next natin would be, how old are you? So, eto automatic na not a proposition kasi ang form niya ay hindi declarative sentence. Isa itong interrogative sentence. Now, this one naman would be 2 plus x is equal to 10. This is not a proposition. Bakit? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong variable na x. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung values na yan ay pwede mong inputan ng 1, ng 0, ng 8, or kahit anong iba't ibang number. So, let's say for example, yung x natin ay 1. That would be 2 plus 1 is equal to 10. Magiging false ang sagot natin dyan. Pero kapag ginawa na naman natin 2 plus 8 is equal to 10, that would be true. So, ibig sabihin, 50% false yung statement at 50% true din siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya proposition. Okay? Now, next naman natin would be tell a story. Automatic, this is not a proposition kasi yung sentence na to ay hindi declarative sentence. It is an imperative sentence or yung mga sentences na nag-uutos or nagbibigay ng command. Now, let's test ourselves. Tignan natin kung nagets na talaga natin tong lesson na to. So, I want you to grab your own pen and paper or any scratch paper, tapos sasagutan natin tong mga 10 questions na to. So, ilalagay lang natin na P kapag proposition siya, tapos lalagay natin kung anong truth value niya. It's either true o false yon. Tapos, kapag hindi naman proposition, lalagay lang natin NP. Okay? So, after natin matapos tong 10 questions na to, ibibigay ko din yung answers afterwards. Okay? So, let's start with our first question. That would be, get a piece of paper. Next naman would be, are you 19 years old? Next question would be, x plus 1 is equal to 5. Then next would be, erase your answer for this number. Next would be, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then we also have, what's your favorite color? And then, x squared plus 1 is greater than 0. And then, we have, if today is Monday, the day after tomorrow is Wednesday. Then our second to the last question would be, x plus 5 is greater than 0. And then the last item would be, add 1 and 8. So guys, bibigyan ko kayo ng last 5 seconds in order to check your answers. Then afterwards, sasagutan natin to sabay-sabay, okay? So let's now move on to the answers. So number 1 is get a piece of paper. Automatic, this is not a proposition kasi ito ay isang imperative sentence at hindi declarative sentence, although parehas sila ng punctuation mark na period, okay? Next naman would be, you are 19 years old. This is a proposition kasi ikaw as a viewer, pwedeng true na 19 years old ka or pwede naman hindi ka 19 years old, okay? Next item would be, x plus 1 is equal to 5. So guys, ito ay hindi proposition. Bakit? Kasi kapag nag-substitute ka ng value sa x, na kahit ano, pwedeng 50% true ang value niya at 50% false ang value niya, okay? Next naman, we have erase your answer for this number. So katulad nitong number 1 natin, this is also not a proposition kasi it is an imperative sentence and not a declarative sentence. Next would be, 2 plus 3 is 5. This is a proposition kasi generally, yung 2 plus 3, ang sagot niya would be 5. So, accepted naman yon at ang truth value niya would be true, okay? Next item would be this one. What's your favorite color? Again guys, this is not a proposition kasi meron tayong question mark or ito lang yung isang interrogative sentence. So, by the way guys, etong truth value natin dito ay nakadepende yan sa inyo. Pero again, this is a proposition kasi nga hindi kayo pwedeng 50% true at 50% false, okay? Now, next one would be this. X squared plus 1 is greater than 0. Kung ang sagot niyo dyan ay proposition, that is true. Why? Now, just a reminder, hindi porket nakakita kayo ng variable, automatic not a proposition na siya. So, let's try na i-substitute yung value ng x na to sa iba't ibang number. So, let's try a negative number, which is negative 2. So, kapag sinubstitute natin yan, that would be negative 2 squared, that would be 4, plus 1 is equal to 5, greater than 0. So, 5 greater than 0, that is true, di ba? Now, kapag nag-substitute naman tayo ng 0, so 0 squared, that is 0, plus mo sa 1, that is 1. So, 1 is greater than 0. That is true pa din. Okay? Now, kapag nag-substitute naman tayo ng positive number, which is 3, kunwari. So, 3 squared, that is 9. Plus 1, that is 10. 10 greater than 0, that is true again. So, ibig sabihin, ang propositional value natin dito would be true for any number. Okay? So, our next item would be, if today is Monday, the day after tomorrow is Wednesday. So, that is again a proposition kasi kung Monday ngayon, bukas ay Tuesday, so sa susunod na araw ay Wednesday. So, ganon. Tagalogin nyo lang kapag hindi nyo magets. Okay? So, ang explanation lang dito, if ngayon ay Monday, the day after tomorrow, which is yung araw pagkatapos ng bukas, which is yung Tuesday, yung bukas mo, ay Wednesday. Okay? Now, second to the last item, this would be x plus 5 is greater than 0. this is not a proposition kasi kapag nag-substitute tayo dito sa x ng values, let's say for example, meron tayong negative number, that would be negative 5 for example. So negative 5 plus 5, that would be 0, greater than 0. So false na agad ang kanyang truth value. Let's say naman we have 1 na positive number. So 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6, greater than 0, that would be true naman. And let's say meron tayong 0 na isa-substitute dito. So that would be 0 plus 5, that would be 5 greater than 0. Again, true yung truth value niya. So ibig sabihin, 50% true at 50% false yung truth value niya, which is not accepted sa proposition. Okay? Now, for our last item, we have here add 1 and 8. So again guys, katulad ng number 1 natin, this is not a proposition kasi inuutusan kanya or nagko-command siya. This is not a declarative sentence, but it is an imperative sentence. Okay? Now, if nakakuha kayo ng 10 over 10, that's a very great job. Tapos, kapag hindi naman ganun kataas yung score nyo, you can always replay this video and feel free na i-pause yung mga videos ko and go on with your own pacing. Okay? Now, to end this lesson, bibigyan ko kayo ng short assessment. Katulad nung kanina, ganun din yung gagawin natin. We're going to write P if it's a proposition, otherwise, write NP naman. Okay? Meron tayong 4 questions dito and make sure na i-comment nyo yung mga answers nyo sa may comment section sa baba. So that's it for today guys. Thanks for watching and please do like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!